The debate is long over. After countless hours of trying to find the perfect game, I finally found the one that would change my life forever. Stardew Valley, the greatest video game ever made. Hi, I'm Angie, and this is Between the Script. Check your misogyny and eye rolls out of here, because I know this title was probably one of the last to come to your mind, and a cute 2D indie game couldn't possibly compare to COD, Minecraft, or any of the other popular titles out there, right? But Stardew Valley is simply the most incredible game out there for three main reasons: gameplay, emotional payoff, and the fact that this was all accomplished by one person. After years of hard work and self-doubt, Eric Baroni released what would become my favorite game of all time, and truly one of the sweetest and most relaxing games available to date. If you aren't familiar, the entire lore begins with your grandfather leaving you his farm after he passes away. His cute little land is located in Stardew Valley's Pelican Town, a quaint community of people living their day-to-day just like you. After running away from your cold, corporate lifestyle, you essentially become the town's farmer and run your grandfather's place to your heart's content. Although it's packaged as a farming game and it is the main objective, there's a wide variety of activities to do and explore. You also don't have to start alone. You can start with up to 4 cabins for 4 players, or build more later in the game to invite your friends if you already started solo. The game follows a calendar of spring, summer, fall, and winter where each season lasts 28 days, has its own landscape and corresponding items just like real life, making the whole gameplay decently realistic. With that said, Stardew takes time and dates pretty seriously. It's definitely something to keep track of when planting crops, running errands around town, and seeing other townspeople. The beginning of the game is of course rather slow, but you are starting from the ground up. With every item or story checkpoint you unlock, the game becomes easier to manage and you'll find more privileges around the town. From fishing to mining, mini-games to mini-tasks, there's a little bit of everything to keep you entertained if the farming doesn't quite catch your eye. Farming for me was the best though, because caring for your crops and watching them grow is hard work, yet very rewarding. But I will say my favorite part about everything was the townspeople and getting to know them. I thought gift giving was the most adorable thing, and once I learned this existed, I spent a good portion of my time gathering gifts and learning who likes what. It was fascinating that my story was not the only one to focus on, and you quickly learn that building relationships betters your experiences too. Aside from friendships, there are also romantic relationships you can start with the set list of bachelors and bachelorettes. I learned about this through Emily, the bubbly, blue-headed fashionista that slowly started making her move on me and won me over. After you reach a certain heart level with any of the available sweethearts, you can propose getting serious and eventually get married. And as a hilarious bonus, Stardew even supports polyamory. I dated all the eligible townspeople to see how that worked, and it was pretty cool. You can only marry one person though, so sorry if you're into the multiple spouses thing. Regardless, the whole aspect of dating and meeting everyone for the sake of community was exciting and really fun. The more you gift everyone, the more immersed and involved they get in your gameplay experience, so don't neglect meeting all of the amazing Pelican Town residents. Truly, what makes the game that much more impressive is the fact that it was all done by one human being. You can genuinely feel this with every aspect of the title, from the beginning throughout the little knickknacks of the game. The starting cutscene is actually a personal story of Eric Baroni's. He dreamed of a life far away from the corporate zombie 9-to-5 routine, so he settled on creating a career that showcases the true beauty of domestic life, free from a capitalist clock, fully immersed in nature and people. But before we continue, you have to understand how many developers actually work on some of the biggest games around. Minecraft's primary designer, Mojang Studios, started with one person in the very early stages of development, but was released with an entire team pitching in. The same went for League of Legends, developed by Riot Games, Grand Theft Auto, developed by Rockstar Games, and so on and so forth. This isn't to say multiple contributors deserve less credit for making huge, highly detailed video games. Instead, it shines light on titles made entirely by one person, when so many surrounding titles have hundreds of contributors. Game development is no picnic. It's a ton of freaking work. Eric spent nearly 5 years crafting Stardew Valley's core story, art style, animations, sound effects, characters and their unique arcs, music, and so many other details I can't even pinpoint. It's cool to see his personal touches included in the game, like funny jokes written for the characters, items inspired by his hometown, and and even the messages he sends about things like recycling to real-world mental health issues. And this is a great transition to my next point. Coming from a very personal level, the emotional payoff of the game was what set this apart from everything else I've ever played. I've done my Minecraft time and had my fair share of trying other games thanks to my fiance, but there was nothing that quite got to my heart as much as this game did. Stardew precisely captured everything I was looking for when sitting down to play something. My schedule is busy and stressful, making most cutthroat games usually unappealing for me, but this one actually helped me escape from the rush of life and change me for the better. Something about the comfortingly charming art style, the majestic music I fell so in love with it's now my alarm in the mornings. I honestly fell head over heels and had a blast grinding on the farm. Seriously, if it weren't for my friend that mentioned it casually one day, I would have never gotten curious enough to investigate what the instantly lovable Stardew Valley title was. The rest was simply history from there. If you like this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more video commentaries. Your support means the world to my fiance and I here at Between the Script. Thanks for watching!